Hello! What's going on? My name's Casey, Vanity Case Makeup, across all my socials, and if it's your first time, I don't know why I have to move my hands like this every time I open a video, but we're just gonna put them right here. If it's your first time here, thanks for stopping by. Today, we are going to be playing with this beauty, the Adept Cosmetics Cyborg Choir. And this 15 pan palette retails for, I believe, about 70 something dollars. I think it was about $84 with shipping, and a code perhaps. I'll insert the number on the screen here, and this just released not too long ago, and I knew I needed to get my hands on it. So if you like what you see here on my face, and you'd like to know how I got this look using this beautiful, beautiful palette, then keep watching. Hello, my friends. How are you doing? I have been so deep in the niche and Arabian perfume, just perfume, fragrance in general realm, that I've been neglecting my makeup a little bit. So I know a lot of people have requested me to post more, more fragrances, just more in general. And I hear you, but my engagement and everything is not the best because I'm not that consistent right now. So I'm gonna try. I'm really gonna try. But anyway, let us stop yapping because right now this beauty just came in and there's not a lot of videos up yet. So that is my chance to get one up pretty early. So this is the Cyborg Choir by Adept Cosmetics, and I'm going to insert some product photography while I am discussing this gorgeous palette. It's a 15 shade palette, 5 mattes, and then we have what looks like 1, 2, 3, at least 3 or 4 hollows, maybe 5. I think that's why the price was a little bit higher than like the Flying Fiddles, which had more just normal kind of like sparkly shades that weren't multichromatic or holographic. From top here at my knuckles, we have Mechanical Muse, we have Robo Rose, we have Android Aura, that third pink one there. The fourth one, that's Binary Beat. Y'all, that's beautiful. Like, those are the 3 hollows, I think. Yeah. So I think there's 3. Robo Rose is not quite a hollow. It's that, like, yellow, goldy kind of like lavender pink. Anyway, that next one, I want to say that's, shoot. That's Digital Harmony. But, oh, that blue, though. Cybernetic Spark. Ooh, that's speaking to me. That one right there. Voltage Violet, which is really just like a purpley pink purple. Laser Lights, which is that grayish kind of slate gray, kind of purpley blue, blurple light. And then Cyber Symphony. Oh, I'm not even in frame. Cyber Symphony. And then it looks like we have a couple multi-chromes and maybe like 1 or 2 just shimmers. I could be totally wrong. Either way, let's get some eye primer on and let's get to playing because I cannot resist putting this palette on my face any longer. I have brows on, I have just my skincare and some lips. Just put some CoverGirl and some ColourPop. We have Natural Blush, which is the lip stain I use for lip liner. It is dope. It stays on very, very long. Sometimes I still top it with a regular liner. Sometimes I don't. Today I didn't. And then I put Cherry Up. Cherry Up. This is the glossy lip stain by ColourPop. I use a mixture of Juvia's Place and the Maybelline Superstay. This closer to my brows, this on my lid. I'm going to prime off camera. I'm going to take Boring Circuit, which is the gray black, on a Moda small shader brush. And these brushes have seen better days, but I'm just going to kind of freehand. I mean, well, everything is like kind of freehand, but sometimes I use my little protractor to get a little shape going. But let's just kind of, I mean, the pigment, I only dipped in once. The pigment is, you know, Adept. It's amazing, as always. And like, I'm just gonna kind of see what happens, because I don't really know which direction I want to go in. But I do like a little bit of depth. You know, I like light and dark shades, which this palette gives us. And we're just gonna play around doing a little blending with that, and I'll probably speed it up a little. Okay, where do I go from here? I don't know, we could go pink, we could go purple, we could go yellow. It's really the only direction that I can go in. I just wiped that brush totally off. Let's try this yellow. Let's see how much pigment this yellow has. Which I'm gonna go like this and make sure that I have a smooth canvas and that my eyeshadow base has not creased in there. And I really dipped in. It's very light. Almost to the point where my lights are totally washing it out and you can't see it. But to me, that's fine, because I have some pigmented ass Adept yellows. So if I need those, I can dip it, or a different palette. I like pastels. I love pastels for a lid moment, for an inner corner moment, for what I'm doing, which is I don't know just yet. I don't know why my voice is cracking. We're just packing and moving and packing and kind of blending. I mean, it's not like totally, you can't see it, but it's more lightly gently pigmented for Adept, which again, I'm not mad at. I love Adept. I love Adept's formula. I love that most of their shades can be used in a way where I could just take one and then, you know, blend it to my desired what's the word I'm looking for? Fadedness, I guess, to my desired depth. It sounds more professional, or more intelligent, I guess I should say. And then it would look like two different shades. And I say this probably every time I review Adept, but they're just that girl when it comes to mattes. Now I don't know where I want to go with this. I'm really not sure. Let's just go for it. It's like, I can take it off if I don't like it. So if you're seeing this, it means it came out okay. We're going to take Robotic Fusion, which is that purple, and go and bridge that gap right there. Because what I got going on right now, I'm not so sure about. Okay, I'm less mad at that. Would these have been shades that like I would have put together? No, because right now I'm in a neutrals phase. So I probably would have replaced that blue with something more grounding. But I know some of you guys are probably like throwing tomatoes at your screen right now. Like, stop it. What are you saying? That's blasphemous. You love color. And that is true, but I'm just like, I don't know, blue is just not doing it for me right now. Blue is probably like one of my least used shades on the top eyelid. I've been using a ton of like neutrals on top and then a little bit of color on the bottom. That's how I've been playing with my blue, or in the inner corner. Never on the lid usually. And I really don't know why that is. Like I said, I'm just, it's like the ninth wonder of the world. To me at least, like, I know you don't give a shit, but I am trying to figure out why my brain is so focused on neutrals right now. Okay, so I'm dragging that onto the yellow just to kind of see what will happen. And I mean, it's blended to a certain extent. It's kind of turning into something a little muddy. But again, since, you know, I'm craving a brown, I'm not really mad about that. I don't really know what I want to do here. I really don't. This seems like I kind of went the wrong direction for my style, or the style I have been gravitating towards. What I should have done was pack the purple all over the lid to start, or all over the crease to start. Blend it out with the yellow and then see what kind of depth I could get from the gray, which we're gonna fix it. I like that. It's very springy. I'm not happy with the blend right now, but I will fix that. I'm just trying to clean that edge up so it's not harsh. Okay, now that everything is blown out, it's fine. Do I want to take 77, which is this purple? See, I think this is going to be a lot more pigmented, and I'm just going to take it ever so slightly in that outer corner. Like, not going to even dip back in for the other side. And I'm just going to see if I can build the depth up a little bit in the outer corner. And I'm just, I guess, I'm just abandoning all hope that I'm going to, like, love this look. But I mean, the palette's beautiful. Like, you can't fault the palette because it's like not your perfect color story for the mattes. Like, I have mattes for the rest of my life. Adept really does shine in both, but I mean, what are we paying these high prices for? The shimmers, the hollows, because like you could get mattes from, especially neutral mattes at that, for $10 that do the same shit. Or you could pay, you know, the Tasha Denona prices, whatever you want to do. But I kind of like that. Now I'm gonna leave the matte situation alone. Even though I'm literally blending as I'm saying, I'm gonna leave the mattes alone. But I need to pick whatever shimmer we're gonna do. So it would make sense to go with purple or yellow instead of the pink, but I'm dying to use these pinks. So, but I don't think it's gonna look that great. So let me see. Okay, so I just wanted to show you, like, up close before I do anything. The blend is definitely beautiful. Even though I don't think these colors are like the most cohesive for me right now, and I like chaotic. I do. It's just like I said, right now I've been in such a different phase that normally this would speak to me on a different level. But so with a lot of thought, I still don't know what shade I want to do. But we're just gonna clean a little off the front of the lid there with the makeup wipe and go in with some glitter glue, some kind of medium to make the glitter, which none of these are pressed glitters. That's not what I mean. I mean as in any type of shimmer will stay much longer if you put a glitter glue or any type of base that holds like a mixing medium or something for shimmers will stay better. So we're just going to take some NYX glitter glue on the back of our hand. It's like $6-7 at Ulta. I still have the same tube that I bought many years ago and it works just fine. Because you only need, I probably have too much there because you really only need a little. So I'm going to take about half that, get it even on my brush, and lay it down where I carved that space out, and probably a little bit over the mattes that I still have there because I like to start small and add, rather than going too far and not being able to take away. And then I'm going to tap over it with the same side of the brush, just because there's very little product left in there, and make sure that it's spread. So now I'm going to take a flat brush of some sort. Let's just use this one by BH. This is a 9 brush, or a 6. Weekend Vibe 6. It's just basically, could be for shadow. Could be for matte shadow. And you will know that your glitter glue is good when it starts feeling like you have a tacky layer on there. Hold please. All right, so I'm gonna go with my first instinct and use Cyber Symphony, which is the gold, and see what happens here. Oh God, that's pretty. And just look at how it just lays down, even though it was all chunky on the brush. And it's more of an emollient kind of formula. Smooth, but also picking up very chunky. But as soon as you put a little pressure, it lays down smoothly. I really kind of wanted to do blue. I did, but I knew I probably wasn't going to like it after very much. So I am just going to go to where that glitter glue ends. And I think what I'm going to do is, what I should do is just do more mattes there. But I'm tempted to use another shimmer. So let's go with Mechanical Muse, which is the darker hollow blue. And let's just tap that. And there's no really glitter glue right there. I just kind of want to blend the hollow into the blurple shade with that same brush. Didn't really do anything but clean it off. Okay. I'm not mad at that. That is very pretty. Now if I had carried the glitter glue all the way down the lid, I probably would have got more of an intense hollow effect. But that's okay. I just wanted something just to bridge the two. So, all right, I'm gonna do this to that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this eye, I used Mechanical Muse for the blue hollow. This eye, I used Pixelated Pulse, which actually I think blends much better. So we're just gonna take a little bit of Pixelated Pulse and add that on that side, and I'm gonna go back with a little bit of Mechanical Muse on this side and add it to the blend. And I'm kind of just tapping and blending because I don't want to disrupt things too much. But yeah, I'm honestly kind of living for that, because we lost a lot of the yellow when I blended the purple into it, making like a brownie pinky kind of color, which I'm not mad at. And I also took the shade Digital Harmony, which is kind of like, gives me like the Cosmos kind of vibes, but with a little more yellow in it. And I kind of just tap that on my inner corner over here. You can just see the slightest bit of difference. And you'll be able to see in the close-ups much better because my lights kind of cast a huge shadow. Let me see if I can. No, yeah, you'll be able to see in the close-up, so just stay tuned. I always try to include close-ups so you guys can see all the nuances that you can't see from this distance away. So I will probably do a little bit on my lower lash line. I don't know if I'm gonna go too crazy, just because this is a lot for me right now. Just because of the style of makeup that I've been doing lately, being so kind of basic. This is my style normally, like very glam. But I've been more into like a neutral glam lately. If I don't know how many different ways I can say it, like, that I'm becoming less of a color girly and more of a neutral girly with a pop of color. That's my jive. Let me put the cap on my glitter glue, and I'm going to do the rest of my face, some liner and some lashes, and then I will come back and explain how I did whatever on my lower lash line. So, in 1, 2, 3. Okay, we are done. And this is my finished first impression look with the Cyborg Choir palette by Adept, along with the rest of my face on. And, you know, lashes and liner kind of make everything better. To me, like, colors are still neutral, some of them. I'm not just talking browns and grays and blacks and whites. I've just been gravitating towards that kind of thing lately. So with that being said, this palette was challenging, but I'm glad that I stepped out and said, hey, you're reviewing this for your channel. You need to use, you know, these shades. Don't pull in a brown palette just because you don't want to go out of your comfort zone. And I'm happy I didn't. I'm happy I didn't. I just used this palette and I'm actually kind of living for it. So because my face is still very, you know, soft, neutral, glowy, not natural, neutral, because like natural is not having makeup on, but you know, that clean girl aesthetic is not my type of vibe. I still like a full beat, but I do like to put as much, I want as much bang for my buck as I can get out of my products. So that being said, being in Georgia heat, and we're going to be approaching, you know, we're going to be approaching summer pretty soon, because spring is like 3 seconds and then it goes into summer, and then we're going to be in that like Satan's butthole for 9 months, it feels like. I need my products to work for me. I need my products to last on my face. Whether that's with powder, setting spray, primer, the combination of the three, which is usually what helps my makeup stay on, or just the product itself, like the skin tints and stuff being adequate, like doing what they're supposed to do. I will insert some close-ups so you can see this look in all its glory. And bam, here we go. Doo, 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 doo. I will leave the information of what I can remember that I used on my face in the description box. My thoughts on this palette. It is the same Adept formula that I know and love, I will say. The only thing with that pastel yellow and the pastel purple, they were a little gently pigmented, because I do have some bright, bright yellows and some bright, bright purples from Adept. That are less white based, I feel like. But again, these are pastels, so anytime you have a pastel or a neon, a lot of times they are harder to keep layering, even on top of one another. That's the only thing I can say. But I mean, again, listen, I like having variety, and having a little bit of variety within the mats, even though there's only 5. Do with that information what you will, but for me, it's not a deal breaker. I will still use these colors. If you didn't kind of gather from the few times that I've mentioned it, while it's not what I'm gravitating towards, when I saw this palette, it was an instant alarm set, add to cart. Adept is one of my favorite brands. They have been smashing it with these 15 color 15 pan color stories lately, to the point where like whatever they release I will get. But I was watching a YouTuber, Kara from Beauty and the Frizz, and she was saying something about palette fatigue, and I'm kind of with her on that. While I would love to be able to buy every palette that's ever released, I've been pretty good about just buying what's calling to me and trying not to dupe over and over and over again things that I have in my, you know, arsenal of makeup, in my indie makeup board, and my mainstream and luxury, the little bit of luxury that I do have in my makeup board. I'm trying not to dupe myself. Okay, Anyway, if you like this video, if you like my content, if you want to stick around and try to help this journey, help this channel grow, help me as a person grow, and continue to find what makes me passionate and play with sparkly things, play with scents that, you know, make me happy to, like, then leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, tell me what you're waiting on, or if you're on a low buy or a no buy right now, what, you know, has got you excited about your own collection. Because I'm not gonna lie, I've been using a ton of my older palettes too in conjunction with the newer releases, and I've just been cycling through and trying to get use out of my makeup collection. So, and I'll see you next time. I don't know why I'm just gonna put my hands behind my back and say goodbye. See you in the next one. Toodaloo.